these extraordinary times, I welcome you to the January 14th meeting of the 2021 Zoning Board of Appeals. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment out to thank the town board for my reappointment to the ZBA. This will be the start of my 26th year.
Wow.
I would also like to thank the current board for their service to the town, along with past members over the years. Also Carissa, who sets us up every week, for her dedication. Also, the wonderful counsel we've received over the years, Bob Kazakevich, Scott DeSimone, and our current counsel, Dawn Thomas. I would also be remiss if I did not recognize my old friend, Jimmy Stark, wherever he is. All right, let's get to the business at hand. We have a reserved decision, appeal number 2020-038. I move the appeal of Crown Castle, Fresh Pond Avenue, Calverton, for variances or relief from chapter 301, section 277B4A, where proposed side yard setback is 81.08 feet and minimum required is 120. Where the proposed rear yard setback is 72.92 feet and the minimum required is 120. Be granted as set forth with the accompanying written determination. The applicant must provide covenants and restrictions in the form satisfactory to the board, with covenants and restrictions shall be recorded against the properties on which the applicant maintains 2 wireless communication towers, and will run with the land and will preclude the reconstruction of pre-existing wireless communication towers in conformity with the applicant's application, and attend the SEQR determination. In accordance with the application sketches, with the amendments thereto, if any, file with the building inspector. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Seabrook?
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Fred,
Yeah?
I have to vote too, right?
Oh! Down in Florida, Leroy Bonds.
No, I'm right around the corner. Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you, Leroy. All right, another reserved decision, appeal number 2020-047. I move that the appeal of Vanessa Corridge, 121 Point Street, South Jamesport, for variances and relief from chapter 301, section 15A1B, where existing side yard setback is 1.9 feet and the minimum required is 20 feet. Section 15A1D, where the shed is 4.5 feet from the rear property line and the minimum required is 5 feet, and section A2, where the fence is 6 feet height in the front yard and the maximum height permitted is 4 feet. Be granted in part. This board denies the variance requested for the outdoor shower and grants the variance requested for the storage shed and the fence in the front yard. This is effective in accordance with the application and sketches. Amendments thereto, if any, as filed with the building inspector. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Bonds?
Abstain.
Thank you. Mr. Seabrook?
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Okay. We have Patricia Sapienzo, appeal number 2020-050, has asked for an adjournment. Do I hear a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman. Second.
All right. Mr. Bonds?
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo?
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
Mr. Seabrook?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Should we put a date in there?
2/11. February 11th, I believe.
February 11th.
Okay. All right, Flying Point, David, it's withdrawn?
On what?
Okay. Appeal number 2019-049, Flying Point Associates have withdrawn their application. All right, the young lady, you're on.
Appeal number 2020-045, Barbara Soler, 17 Nadell Court, Riverhead, tax map number 68327, RA40 zoning, for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301, Section 9A1C, where rear deck is 17.1 feet from rear property and minimum required is 20 feet, and Section 11, where front deck is 18.6 feet from property line, minimum setback required is 50 feet, and accessory structures not permitted in front yard.
Hey, Otto, pass me my paperwork. It's right there in front of you.
What?
Right there, yeah, you got it. Thank you. Okay, who's to be heard? Anyone out there for this variance?
This one is Barbara Soler. If you could unmute.
Hello.
Oh, there you are, okay. If you kindly raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name and your address.
Barbara Soler, 17 Nadell Court, Riverhead, New York.
Barbara, you have the floor, what do you want to do?
I don't know. First time ever, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well,
Sorry.
just let us know what you want to do to your house.
I need a variance for the decks that I've put on the house.
Okay, so you wanna maintain the decks?
Yes.
Okay,
One's front yard and one's rear yard.
Yes.
yep, I see it. Do you know if any of the neighbors are there to appear on your behalf or against? Anybody else wanna speak on that?
Anyone else? Any of the neighbors to be heard on this matter?
Yes, I sent all certified mail. They all returned.
Okay, no, we're just looking for them on,
Okay.
tonight, if anyone has anything to say.
Is there anyone there, Chip?
There are 4 or 5 other people, there.
For this hearing?
I don't know.
Okay, one more time, is there anyone else to be heard on this matter?
No.
Unmute, no? Okay, let's have a reading.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the appeal of Barbara Soler, 17 Nadell Court, Riverhead, SCTM number 600-83-2-7-RA40 zoning for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301, Section 9A, A1 subdivision C, where the rear deck is 17.1 feet from rear property and minimum required is 20 feet, and Section 11, where front deck is 18.6 feet from front property line, minimum setback required is 50 feet, and accessory structures not permitted in front yard, be approved in accordance with the applications and sketches with amendments thereto, if any, as filed by the building inspector.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Barnes,
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo,
Aye.
Mr. Seabrook,
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire,
Aye.
and I vote aye. So the appeal has been granted. About 2 weeks from now, you get your paperwork and continue on with your project. You're quite welcome.
Congratulations.
Appeal number 2020-051, Maximo Nunez, 139 Railroad Street, Riverhead, tax map number 600-128-317.1, DC3 zoning, for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301, Section 151B1, where proposed number of parking stalls is 14 and minimum required is 20.
All right, who's to be heard on this? Unmute. Pablo, you there? You gotta unmute.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing? My name is Pablo Rodriguez. How you doing?
Okay. Are you an attorney?
No, I'm not an attorney. I'm the engineer.
Then you will raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Aye, sir.
State your name and your address.
Pablo Rodriguez. My company address is 70 East Main Street, Patchogue, New York.
Okay, you got the floor.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Like I said, I am the engineer of the project. We are proposing the redevelopment of this existing commercial property. It currently has a 5,000 square foot building, and I think there's two of the units are currently occupied. The building is in desperate need some upgrades. We are proposing a facade upgrade. We are proposing an interior renovation. And the planning board has expressed the need to do a site plan application before anything is granted with the building permits. The building has an existing CO for all the tenant spaces in there. One of them is actually a tavern, like a bar area. And right now, if we would operate the building with the existing uses, I believe the number of parking with the current standard will be 31 parking spaces. So we are proposing to convert the existing tavern into a grocery store, which will greatly reduce the parking spaces. However, as per the current regulations, we still don't meet the parking requirements. So the purpose of tonight's board meeting is to request this variance for this 6 parking spaces. So we have worked with the planning department and trying to find multiple approaches to this project, but at the end of the day, there's not much land that we can provide more parking space. This area is a nice commercial area, and there's plenty of parking spaces. There are municipal parking spaces half a block left and right on this property. So I don't believe this is going to cause a major issue in terms of parking. If one of the tenants decides to park on the street, there's on-street parking, and there's existing 2 municipal parking half a block from the property.
Your address is 139 Railroad Street, is that correct?
Yes, correct. There's 133 to 139 Railroad Avenue.
Right.
Is 133 and 135 also included in this purchase?
It's from 133 to 139. That's the
Right, all the
building
addresses in there.
address.
Okay, so that's the whole run of it. That's the barber shop, the taxi cab company, the caboose bar, and the empty storefront, right?
Correct. Correct. The whole property, the whole building is under the same application for site plan review.
Is anybody staying, like the barber shop or the taxi cab company?
I believe the barbershop and the taxi are staying. Eventually, the owner will definitely look for more tenants. Maybe they stay for a little while, but eventually he's trying to get new tenants into the building.
What kind of grocery store? Is it as a deli grocery store? Is it just a grocery store? What is it?
Just a plain grocery store is not a full-blown supermarket. There's not much space, square footage to do a supermarket type of space, but it's going to be like a Spanish grocery.
So they'll probably serve prepared foods in there, right?
At this moment, we are not proposing any food service. We're not going to the health department for any food establishment permit.
I mean, it's sort of limited to what they can do there with the parking, that's for sure. Okay.
Well,
Any other members have any questions?
should I read this thing, Dawn, about the parking spaces?
Let's,
Do we-
I think we need
We're
to,
gonna adjourn it,
I think we have to
because-
adjourn this, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
because they had a letter requesting an opportunity to appear, and that it
Right.
didn't come tonight.
Okay. We have some other folks that want to appear, but they couldn't make it tonight, so we're gonna adjourn this until the next meeting. But
Anybody else?
while is there anyone else there on Zoom that would like to say anything about this matter?
Can I just say one more thing, please?
Sure.
Just as we express our or full view of this application, just wanna kind of reiterate that, the owner is trying to, really upgrade the property. We have, we were ready to do a facade renovation, in which we already went to the landmark department, and we went to planning. The previous comments that we got from planning and landmark department has been pretty successful. They liked what they see as far as, what we're trying to, provide to this property. We'll definitely wanna bring that to life. You guys are aware that this is the old tavern, I think it's Luz Caboose, yes, that was the name. And just to let you guys, just an idea, right now, I believe the number of parking with the current spaces, with this assembly space, the tavern as an assembly space, will be 31 spaces. So, we are trying to ultimately reduce the number of spaces required per the latest code.
Okay,
So we are always improving in this property.
well, we certainly appreciate that, but, there's somebody else to be heard on this matter. They can't be here tonight, so we're gonna have to adjourn this to the next meeting.
Thank you.
Is there
Thank you.
anybody else on this?
All right, again, I will ask, is there anyone else to be heard on this matter? Okay, let's adjourn this to the next meeting.
Okay,
We're back.
Mr. Chairman, I respectfully move appeal number 2020-051 be adjourned to February 11th, 2021.
Second.
Did you want
Mr.
the
Barnes,
next?
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire,
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo,
All right, Carissa, you wanna say something?
Yeah, Otto, did you wanna adjourn it to February or to the next meeting?
28th?
I don't know, what,
next meeting,
All right,
January 28th?
January 28th.
28th.
we'll correct that, we'll adjourn it to February 28th.
No, January.
Oh, January 28th.
I'll second January.
And this is
We'll be out of town by
2021 too.
2021, you got it.
Okay,
Perfect, thank you.
all right, and I vote aye. I think I got everybody, right?
Yeah.
No, Frank, I didn't get you, Mr. Seaver?
I vote aye.
Okay, so we'll adjourn that to the next meeting. Thanks very much. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, Carissa.
Appeal number 2020-053, Kathleen Potapchuk, 52 Nautical Drive, Riverhead, tax map number 600-14-131, RA 40 zoning, for variances and or relief from chapter 301, section 11, where proposed front yard setback is 12.2 feet and minimum required is 50 feet, where existing rear yard setback is 9.1 feet and minimum required is 20 feet, where existing side yard setback is 10 feet and minimum required is 25 feet, and where combined side yard is 15.7 feet and minimum required is 55 feet.
All right. Have you unmuted?
Yes, we have.
Oh, terrific. Then you can kindly raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, we do.
Please state your names and your addresses.
Kathleen Potapchuk, 50 Nautical Drive, Riverhead, New York.
John Potapchuk, 50 Nautical Drive, Riverhead, New York.
Okay, who's got this? Anybody? All
Oh,
right,
you want to,
why don't you state what you want to do with the property?
We're seeking a variance for a deck and a covered porch, which actually was built 10 years ago. The zoning board provided a variance to us back in February 2010. I guess, Fred, when you were in your 16th year rather than your 26th. And evidently, we found out that we never received a final certificate of occupancy for this deck. So in order to get that certificate of occupancy, we provided information and we had a new survey done. And it was determined when we did the survey back in January of 2020, so 10 years later, that there are minor differences in the setbacks on 3 of the 4 sides of the property from what the zoning board approved 10 years ago. So what we're seeking today is just to update that relief so that we can have a final certificate of occupancy issued on our wraparound deck.
I don't know, this sounds pretty heavy, guys. I don't know if we can do this one. Anybody on the board have any other questions? Is there anyone else out there that wants to be heard on this matter?
I would.
Good. Just raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name and your address.
Tom O'Hare, 49 Nautical Drive, Riverhead.
What do you got?
Okay, just to say that, as John eloquently put, it's just a matter of inches. That deck has been there for a long time. They keep their property impeccably well, so I'm hoping that the board sees its way clear to approve this.
I don't know, I think it's gonna be a close vote, but we'll
I think so too. Thank you.
All right, nobody else to be heard on this matter, let's have a reading.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the appeal of Kathleen Pataput, P-O-T-A-P-C-U-K.
Alphabet ones.
52 Nautical Drive, Riverhead, SCTM number 600-14-1-31-RA40 zoning for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301, Section 11, with proposed front yard setback is 12.2 feet and minimum required is 50 feet, where existing rear yard setback is 9.1 feet and minimum required is 20 feet, where existing side yard setback is 10 feet and minimum required is 25 feet, and where combined side yard is 15.7 feet and minimum required is 55 feet, be approved in accordance with the applications and sketches and amendments thereto, if any, as filed with the building inspector.
Second. Our wonderful friend in Florida, what is your vote?
It would be an aye.
Okay, Mr. Gazillo,
Aye.
Mr. Seabrook,
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire,
Aye.
and I vote aye. So your appeal has been granted. About 2 weeks from now, you'll have your paperwork. And best of luck, enjoy your house, and stay warm.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you,
you so
Fred.
much.
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're
Good
welcome.
night.
Stay well, stay well.
Good night.
All right, do I hear a motion to accept the minutes of the last meeting?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All in favor?
Aye.
I would like to thank the board and wish everyone a nice night. And Leroy, you put your feet back in the pool.
Good to see you.
Good night.
Good night.
Stay well, Leroy, stay
Thank
well.
you, folks. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.